Hello, SR Student Ministry family, parents, guardians, anyone who's watching this video as a resource for further discipling your students. I want to thank you for tuning in. It means a lot. We really do cherish the idea of partnering with parents. And part of partnering with parents is equipping you with what we're studying on a Sunday night. I remember back when I was in middle school and high school, and I would come home from student ministry, and my parents would go, "Hey, what did you learn tonight?" And most commonly, my response was, "Well, I learned about God, or I learned about the Bible," or something like that. We want to equip you with what we are learning so that you can ask perfectly pointed questions to your students and go, "Hey, what did you learn about this?" And you put them in a position to just further process and discuss it with you guys as parents. So let's talk about what we're studying. We are studying this idea of relationships, and that real portion of relationships is standing for, it's an acronym for rejects, and this week we're moving into the next letter, which is E, and that is equals. So we're going to be talking about how do we have relationship with people who are our equals. So this may be things like friends, peers, siblings, those of same stature and status. But there's also another component to this that we're going to break down this week, and that is, what does it look like to have a relationship with God as an equal? Now, time out before you turn off the video. Please give me a couple seconds to explain. I am not communicating that we are equal with God in the sense that we are equal in his authority, equal as we are God, or that we deserve the same credit, glory, or responsibility that God has. Not at all. Not advocating for that. Instead, what I'm trying to communicate is that Christ treated his disciples as equals, and God in turn, one of the multifaceted portions of his relationship with us is being an equal. And so when we go to God and we have conversation with God, our relationship with God is multifaceted. This is a terrible example, but at a certain age in life, we graduate maybe high school or college or something like that, and our parents, if you're a student, go from just being my dad and my whatever to maybe being a little bit more of a friend, to being a little bit more of someone that you can confide in as a resource, because they're no longer seen in that position of authority over you. And so that's just one example of a multifaceted relationship. And it's probably not even the best one, so please don't tear that to bits. But my point is, we look at our relationship with God, and what does it look like for us to speak open and honestly with him like he is an equal? Hey God, you know what, I'm having a really rough day, or I'm really struggling with this, or I'm really going through this, or I'm really being open, honest, and vulnerable with God, because we recognize that is the way that he treats his disciples, and it's also the way he encourages us to have one facet of his relationship with him. So we're going to encourage that for you guys. Just some really great questions you can be asking your students. What conversations do you have with your friends that you don't have with God? What would it look like, and how much would your prayer life change if you talk to God like you talk to your best friend? Another great example is, or another great question that you guys can just be processing and asking is, in relationship with God, how does it impact the fact that it's multifaceted, that it's not just one thing? Like, if you just view God underneath this lens, then you have a poor perspective of God. And I think all of us can't fully comprehend the multifaceted nature of God. But nonetheless, if you are just viewing God as an authority figure, or as a reject, or as an equal, or as love, then you don't get the full comprehension of God's character and his personality and the all that he is. And I don't know if we can ever fully understand that, but nonetheless, what does this equip you with to better communicate and talk and have a relationship with God? So those are just some questions. I'd encourage you to come up with your own. If you have any questions, concerns, or thoughts, please feel free to reach out to me. You can give me a text, a call, an email, whatever is best for you. But really grateful for what you guys are doing and just partnering with us. So love you guys, caring a ton about your students, and look forward to just hearing the way that God is sowing seeds in their life. Have a great rest of your day.